Just waiting for the recording to start, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Elena Gardner. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for LodeStar. And today with me, I have from LodeStar, Isaac Strader, who's our National Sales Executive, and then Michael Hughes from BeSmartee. I apologize. I don't actually know your title, Michael.
Wearer of many hats.
I love it.
Seller of many things.
Great. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it today. We won't go over these slides until the end. We're actually going to jump right into the BeSmartee demo and how LodeStar works within BeSmartee. We do support a lot of fees, and we'll go over what those are afterwards. But I'm going to actually hand it over to Isaac, who's going to show you the front end of the BeSmartee LodeStar solution. And I'll stop talking now.
Great. Hey, everyone. My name's Isaac. I want to walk you through how LodeStar integrates into BeSmartee. So we're just going to run through a purchase here real quick. Again, LodeStar has our database of fees for all 50 states. So this is just a California file. We'll run through real fast to give you an idea of what these fees look like in BeSmartee. Now, as you are putting in to BeSmartee, things like first-time home buyer will affect the fees that you see populated in BeSmartee, because in certain scenarios, obviously that makes a difference. So even those little details in the front end of the calculator are reflected in your fees in the back end of the calculator. Again, LodeStar populates in BeSmartee all of your Section C title and escrow fees, as well as your Section E government fees, transfer taxes, recording fees, what have you. Now, you'll see here that we have our loan options. Where LodeStar fits into this picture is under the closing cost details portion of BeSmartee. So we'll select the loan and hit Show Details and tab over here to Fees, which is the second tab from the left. Now, once in here, we are completely white labeled within BeSmartee. So you will not see a big LodeStar logo, but everything you're seeing here for third-party services that you can shop for, your title fees, as well as your government fees and title insurance, are populated by LodeStar. So this section, essentially the bottom half of these fees right here, is from LodeStar. Again, these are from our database of fees that we maintain in-house for all 50 states and various transaction types across the country. And we are able to, in BeSmartee, actually onboard an agent of your choice when using our integration into BeSmartee. So for example, all California files can be from one agent in our database, and then a different state can be a different agent if you so choose. So again, very slick, very, very easy. Again, there's no LodeStar branding in the calculator, but all of this here, these bottom section of fees, is provided by LodeStar. So Elena, I will turn it back over to you. If anyone has questions, please drop them in the chat and I'll be happy to elaborate further.
So on the LodeStar side, we've demonstrated what the borrower experience would be in BeSmartee and how that LodeStar would interact with the borrower. But Michael is going to go ahead and show us how an LO would interact with BeSmartee and what the back end of the solution looks like.
Indeed. Thank you. Let me get my screen shared here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log into the admin side, the MLO command center, we call it. So this is where your loan officers and your processors, a lot of your administrative staff, LOAs, things like that, they're going to be working out of the BeSmartee MLO command center. So if I go, I'm just going to pick out of a pipeline. I've got a loan right here that I can tell it's a refinance and it's had an appraisal already ordered. So it's already had a rate selected and everything. So I'm going to go into this file. You can take a look through just some general 1003 details here. But if I go into the product and pricing tab, I will actually see the product that has been registered for this loan. And just like Isaac did on the front end for the consumer side, I can go into show details. So if I'm the loan officer in this situation and I go to my fees tab right here, making sure that the pop-up is, Isaac, is the pop-up visible that I just brought up?
It is.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yes.
Thank you. So this pulls up, obviously, you can see it displays very, very similar to what Isaac said, if not identical, or what Isaac showed it, if not identical. But this is on the loan officer side, really helps put them in that driver's seat of being a trusted advisor. Because when they're on their phone or when they're in front of a consumer, one of their borrowers, they are going to be able to walk them through these fees, talk about what these fees are, what they mean, but they're also going to be able to deliver them to them in real time, which is also a really key. I think that's a key component of the integration with BeSmartee and LodeStar, is that we're pulling these fees in so that you can actually display loan estimate worthy fees to your borrowers to get them to sign intent to proceed, initial disclosures, pay for their appraisal, things like that. So you can get that commitment from the borrower up front. So that's why I think the integration is so powerful. So I went into just a specific file here, and we can see all the fees that are coming out of this. But I also wanted to show in a scenario, just like I mentioned, you might have a borrower that is interested in some scenarios, and rather than actually putting them through a 1003 and pulling credit and things like that, as the loan officer, maybe you just want to give them an idea of what they can expect so far. So again, product types might change things. I can fill out my scenario, very similar to what we saw, just a little bit more. There's more options here on the back end for the loan officer. Put in purchase price here on 20%. Okay, so we'll run some pricing here. So again, loan officer plugging in a scenario for a borrower, helping them walk them through, really probably helping educate them on the process as well. And as they go through the options here, again, they can pull up any of these and they will see loan estimate worthy fees. And they have the ability to even compare them. So I can pull together a couple different versions of this. And as if I am going to email this over to the borrower. And see, I got the total fees right here as well. That will help. Rates, email. And then I get a nice little comparison, and each of these will have details on it. Again, displaying the fees to the customer so that they can actually get an understanding of what those all are. Okie dokie. So that is where those fees are pulling in. A couple different areas that we've showed you here within the BeSmartee solution that you can get those fees right in there and deliver loan estimate worthy fees right to your borrowers, to your prospective borrowers. Really gives you that data in real time, which is fantastic. We love working with LodeStar because of that, because our clients get a lot of value from it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Michael. And I think just a little bit more about LodeStar and really the purpose for an integration with BeSmartee is clarity. We really want to make sure to be providing borrowers with accurate information further up the pipeline, so you're seen as a trusted advisor. A little bit about us. We are a small business. We were founded 9 years ago. And our biggest stat here that I want to share is we had one cure last year for every 22,000 quotes. So when we talk about loan estimate worthy fees, these really are even in the POS. And with things like first-time home buyer and the additional checkboxes that BeSmartee provides, it really allows us to narrow that down in counties like Prince George County in Maryland and make sure that you guys have accurate fees to provide your borrowers upfront. We support a number of loan types. All of these can be supported within BeSmartee, as well as your LOS. And then we do support all of these beautiful fees. I will not read them by name because we'll be here forever. And these are not, special state fees. Of course, there's additional here. We're being very broad with some of this because, weird taxes are weird taxes. As well as any recording fees, transfer taxes, appraisal, real estate taxes, as well as our expanded product line. Now, I want to note that with our enterprise level solution, we do have flat POS pricing. So that means you can disclose as many times as you'd like within BeSmartee for a flat rate corresponding to your monthly minimum. So if you have any questions on that, please reach out to the LodeStar sales team. We'd love to get that activated for you and have you disclosing accurately within BeSmartee. It's a very straightforward process if you're already live with both LodeStar and BeSmartee. And if not, we're happy to go through implementation with you. Awesome. Anything either of you want to add to this?
No, well, I guess I'll just add in there with that. We are appreciative of having that special pricing. BeSmartee does offer a very similar sort of subscription style pricing model. So it does pair up very nicely together when you combine them. The one thing that's really nice is no matter, as long as you work with an integrated LOS and price PPE engine on the BeSmartee side, we're able to pull those LodeStar fees right in, which is great. So anybody who's looking to take borrowers deeper within the process, by starting that application, go ahead and automatically running AUS, pulling in pricing and fees, running those state and federal tests, things like that, really helps get you a more committed borrower.
Oh, borrower. He froze just as he said that.
Fees that they will be paying as part of the loan gathering process. That is important. That's why we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to display those to your borrowers, because we do think that is, especially as we head towards reaching Gen Z more and more, that's been a fun topic. They will certainly appreciate the transparency a lot more moving forward.
Yeah,
exactly right, Michael. I think working with BeSmartee has been so wonderful because it does, again, add that level of clarity that people, especially borrowers, don't feel bamboozled when they get to the LE phase and all the fees are different, they're more expensive. So it's been great working with your team. And of course, we love being partners with BeSmartee and to offer this amazing product.
Awesome. And I know all of us will be headed off to the ICE show. So if you are going to be at Experience at the end of the month, please feel free to say hi. LodeStar will be at booth 711 and BeSmartee will be at booth, I'll give you a second. And while he looks that up as well, sorry to put you on the spot for that, I do want to highlight as well, speaking of Encompass, LodeStar can actually put your Encompass mapping directly into BeSmartee. So when you do the push from POS into your LOS Encompass, all of your mapping will already exist and everything will be perfectly mapped to your 2015 itemization.
And thanks for giving me that time, because we'll be at booth 607.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. And thank you for everyone who's watching this after we've recorded it. And have a great day.
Yeah. Reach out. Linked. You can find me and Isaac on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. You can find our contact information pretty much everywhere. So please feel free to reach out, because if not, we'll reach out to you probably.
We'll find you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, everybody.